wholly owned by the government of Uganda and was established to safeguard and promote Uganda's commercial interests in the petroleum sector. UNOC has two subsidiaries, the Uganda Refinery Holding Company URHC, which will hold a 40% stake in the 60,000 barrel per day refinery and manage the development of Kabalega Industrial Park, and the National Pipeline Company Limited (NPC), in charge of pipelines, storage, and downstream business ventures. This subsidiary holds 15% interest in the East African Crude Oil Pipeline, EACOP. EACOP is a 1,445-kilometer long pipeline that will transport crude oil through 10 districts in Uganda to the port of Tanga in Tanzania. UNOC is also actively engaged in crude oil exploration, development, and production activities, and its participation role includes a 15% stake in the Tilenga, Nwoya, and Bulisa, and Kingfisher development projects, Chikure. UNOC also holds the exploration license for Kasuruban Block in Hoima, Bulisa, and Masindi. UNOC currently owns and manages the Ginger Storage Terminal and will build a 320 million litre capacity terminal in MPG called the Kampala Storage Terminal. At UNOC, we're harnessing the potential of Uganda's petroleum resources, forging a sustainable future and preserving the natural beauty of Uganda. UNOC, your partner in Uganda's oil and gas industry.
Amanya gange nze namtebi Sharon nga nkolera wano wennyini Saka Kirombe oba Makindye. Empangula gye nawanguddemu ssente mbadde nga nkozesa mobile money nga nsindika school fees w'omwana ku ssomero. Okutegeera nti mpangudde, nze mutima neegambye nti kambalinde bamale okujja ndyoke nzikirize nti mpangudde. Kyennyinza okubagamba nti si byabafere, weewaawo abafere gye bali, naye ennamba eri emu yokka era bw'eba ekukubidde omanye eyo si yabafere. Mpulira bulungi nnyo era ndi musanyufu nnyo. Naye MTN mobile money mbebaza nnyo, mwebale nnyo, mwebalire.
Together we're unstoppable.
Once upon a time, there lived identical twins who gave birth to beautiful princes and princesses.
Their mothers gave their babies' bodies a lot of care by applying on their skin with Baby Junior jelly.
Though dried their chariots and everyone would admire their glowing skin. Fun fact, Baby Junior prevents diaper rash, dry and sensitive skin.
Moms all over Africa love Baby Junior jelly. Baby Junior's the skin. No more worries anymore. Boo, 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 boo. Baby Junior.
Baby Junior.
Thank you so much for tuning in to UBC News tonight. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Mugalu Mohammed on Sign Language. In our top stories of the day, President Yoweri Museveni has urged accounting officers at all levels to be strict in their duties, warning that they'll be held accountable if anything goes wrong. Speaking at a Thanksgiving ceremony for Deputy Speaker and Member of Parliament for Hinde North constituency Thomas Tayewa, President Yoweri Museveni emphasized that the role of politicians is appropriation. Speaker of Parliament Anita Among said that Parliament will collaborate with the executive to combat corruption. She dismissed the youth demonstrations against her this week as the action of self-seekers. Deputy Speaker of Parliament Thomas Tayewa expressed gratitude to President Museveni for his trust, acknowledging that he is human and capable of making mistakes.
Nkomwana nimba sakora menshobe nshobe nizibaho konkati kwine nkomushomesa witu kunkwijana nkozere nshobe ngambe nshobe yanje kandi ninjezo ndeba ngo kanti cyabe cyenshobe nshobe oriyo no twegesa oriyo no tukuza we bari kuteka mu bwesije we bari muzeyi.
The demonstrations that are in town now are out of that. They are demonstrating because they are self-seekers. They are saying these are people who do not want us to respect our values. And as Ugandans, as members of parliament, we will stand by the decision we made. You move around trying to destroy the country and saying Anita must resign. Resign and go where? I am still around. Excellence in the church today said I still have 1 term to serve. When I finish serving my 5 years in the next term, then I will give it to my young brother, Thomas. To take marching that you're marching for corruption. The first fighter for corruption is your good self. And we do appreciate. These members of parliament are not accounting officers. We do not account. The stealing, as the chairman said, does not start from parliament. Let's not demonize parliament.
Accounting officers, be very strict. Don't allow anybody to mislead you because you are the one responsible. If anything goes wrong, it will be you who will be held accountable. What I said in the local language was that, number one, our party, the NRM, came to deal with the disorientation of ideology. In the past, there was emphasis on politics of identity, religion, tribes. When we came, we said no, emphasize interests, not identity. Secondly, our politics is to solve people's problems. Health, peace, education, prosperity for all, infrastructure, that's our second mission. To solve people's problems, not to improve our CVs. Former president, former this, that's not what we came to do here. President Yawumura Wakorachi.
In more stories, President Yoweri Museveni, who is also the Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, has called upon leaders to prioritize solving the problems of Ugandans. The President made the remarks while commissioning the newly constructed Special Forces Command Operations Command, Control and Coordination Center at the SFC headquarters in Entebbe.
The design and construction of the facility was fully undertaken by the SFC Civil Engineers Regiment. It has planning offices, CCTV camera monitoring and equipped with a geo-mapping room and gym, among other services. Commissioning the new facility, President Museveni saluted the UPDF leadership for professionalizing and improving the standards of the army through various initiatives.
The fire, which has got people to back or match it, will continue burning. So what we are seeing here is now back or match by you people, you the young ones. Adding more firewood to the fire, stimulating the old fire and adding more firewood. And that's why it says, it will not die out. It will continue burning because it has got people to back or match it.
He also pledged to continue improving the welfare of soldiers as well as their families through offering free education, healthcare, as well as free accommodation.
So you people who are in charge, make sure those government schools, army schools perform well. Because when they do that, you will no longer have the problem of having to send children in private schools, pay a lot of money. No. And the army schools can actually earn, because if they are doing very well, if you select good teachers, and they are doing well, the schools are doing well, the children of the soldiers will study free. But because of the reputation of the school, the wananchi can bring their children there. And then we charge them.
President Museveni reiterated the need to empower the spouses of soldiers by setting up various economic ventures, such as poultry farming on the available barracks land.
Let the spouses of the soldiers do economic activities using the free land of the army around the barracks. Poultry, knitting, weaving, all those activities.
The Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, Honorable Jacob Oboth, informed the President that the new facility is more than a structure, describing it as the Army's strategic capabilities and a statement to their commitment to security, coordination, and excellence.
It symbolizes our readiness to face the complexities of modern defense and our determination to adapt to an ever-evolving global landscape.
The Commander Land Forces, Lieutenant General Kayanja Muhanga, who represented the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, thanked the Army leadership for implementing the President's vision of transforming UPDF into a formidable force it is today.
Your Excellency, most of the new brigade headquarters that didn't have a home, now they have a home. They have housing units, armories, health centers, motorized infantry sheds, and armored sheds for the tanks, repairing of roads and bridges in the theater of operations, the construction of the terminal building at Entebbe Airport, construction of Nambole Stadium, ongoing construction of the fence at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds, etc.
The SFC commander, Major General David Mugisha, said that the high-tech equipment in the command center shall focus on realizing point number 2 of the NRM 10-point program, which focuses on the security of Uganda.
Your Excellency, sir, this era of intelligence characterized by complex, uncertain, and volatile operating environment, cyberspace threats, terrorism, and rapid technological advancements have taken center stage. The role of such a command center cannot be overstated in addressing the above non-traditional threats.
The function was attended by senior UPDF officers, political leaders, among others.
Moving on from that, President Museveni has commended his Deputy Press Secretary, Haj Faruk Chirunda, for being a productive and resourceful person. The President made the remarks in a virtual message delivered during the Thanksgiving ceremony for Haj Chirunda following his successful return from Hija last month. Now, the Thanksgiving luncheon was held in Busede Village, Jinja District.
The event attracted big wins from the central and local government, private sector, religious and cultural denominations, among others. President Museveni thanked the Creator for enabling Haj Chirunda to fulfill the 5th pillar of Islam, praying that he achieves all the best from the spiritual journey of Mecca.
I congratulate you upon fulfilling this important pillar in the Muslim faith. May this spiritual milestone deepen your faith and love for Allah and all people.
He also praised Haji Chirunda for being an effective card of the national resistance movement, who serves the government with utmost dedication.
I thank Haji Chirunda for demonstrating the qualities of an effective cadre. I thank you for using your various platforms, especially the media, to share the NRM's pro-people message on unity, development, wealth creation, and so on.
The president also reaffirmed his support to Haji Chirunda's family following the death of his wife, the late Gladys Aliyinza, last month. The Vice President, Her Excellency Jessica Alupo, said she was so happy to attend and support her son.
I can confirm that in Faruk, I saw and continue to see amazing attributes of a self-motivated and highly disciplined person. I am a personal witness to his honesty, hard work, and dedication, which have endeared many of the people he has come across to trust him and successfully work with him.
She lauded Haji Chirunda for sparing time to remember and thank God for what he has done for him. The Vice President also saluted religious leaders for supporting the government through faith-based education and health institutions, as well as poverty alleviation programs.
I thank all of you in Busoga for teaming up with Faruk, and I invite you to embrace the government programs, especially the parish development model, Emioga, women programs, youth programs, which are geared towards eliminating poverty from our households.
The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayewa, expressed gratitude to attend the function. He also commended the politicians from Busoga for working as a team to develop the sub-region irrespective of their political affiliations.
Abantu be Busoga ba MP bamwe unite kati je balina mpwirange nsanyusa mwe barekorera wamu bino bya politics tujja kubisotinga olulala.
The Katukilo Prime Minister of Busoga Kingdom, Dr. Joseph Muvawala, thanked Haji Chirunda for being a big mobilization force in Busoga and Buganda at large.
Omusadon obusoga bumwende ino kuba kyakola obusoga kye bwetaaga. Muto wange, keep the faith, keep walking. The sky is the limit for you.
On his part, Haji Chirunda thanked the Vice President and all the people who attended his Thanksgiving. He also thanked His Excellency the President and the Vice President for standing with him during the trying moment when he lost his wife.
Nyabonendo okutuma okwebaza President abaana bano bonabona nga bwe bali President yatwala obuvunaanyizibwa bwabwe ajja kubayamba paka we balirekera okusoma beene.
Haji Chirunda further noted that he was humbled that he managed to fulfill the fifth pillar of Islam. He said performing hijrah doesn't mean that a person is rich or of influence, but it is a commitment of faith. The celebrations come a month after the death of Haji Chirunda's wife, Miss Aliyinza, who tragically passed on in a fatal motor accident on 27th June 2024. The Deputy Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Muhammad Ali Waiswa, also graced the event. Justin Nakami, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Justin Nakami. Away from the President, the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, has announced her intention to serve only one term before handing over the mantle to Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayewa. She made this revelation during the Thanksgiving service for the family of Muzei Daudi Banjirana and the commissioning of St. Karori Luanga Catholic Church in Chigarama Parish. Farid and Gwitabinji have a detailed report on the story.
The Archbishop of Mbarara Archdiocese, His Grace Lambert Kyomugisha, has commissioned St. Karoli Luanga Catholic Church in Chigarama Parish, Bitereko, Mitoma District. After opening the church, it was anointed, including the altar. The construction of this church was initiated by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, who is also the Member of Parliament for Ruhinda North Constituency.
When I conceived the idea, I said, no, the Lord has given me so much. Me and my wife, we can easily build it. Then I told my sister, the speaker. When I told her, she's like, you're lying. She says, I'm going to support you. I won't mention how much people supported me with. But when she told me she was going to support me, then my brother King Siza Mrenga, whom all of you know, abakunu ni mumanya mwena. King Siza Mrenga said, no, you can't do it alone. So they went and conspired with a few friends. Chairman Chirumira, the chairman of Kwagarana Group, Ogunwe chairman Wabagiga Bomwihanga John, Chairman Godfrey Chirumira, Dr. Sudir Rupareria, Abakunu Ogunwa Mkuro Wakweta Sudir Rupareria, Mukuruhamu Chigundu, Ogunwe Mugigo Mutokchirayo.
Archbishop Kyomugisha called on leaders to use the resources God has entrusted to them responsibly.
Today, we gather to bless a new church, a parish church of Chigarama, St. Charles Rwanga, a testament to the faith of the people of this community and a testament to their unity. I thank the people of Chigarama Parish for their unwavering support and commitment to their Christian community. I want to extend special gratitude to Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, the Deputy Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda, for his generosity in building this church.
During the Thanksgiving ceremony for the family of Mzee Daudi Bangirana, who celebrated his 80th birthday, the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, expressed her gratitude to the people of Ruhinda for electing a down-to-earth and disciplined leader.
I also want to thank the people of Mitoma for giving us a leader in the Honorable Thomas Tayebwa. He's a very disciplined leader. As a deputy speaker, he's one deputy speaker who knows what his role is. He's so down to earth and very social. I was even worried that he was going to start making everybody laugh here, because that is him. We want to thank you, people of Mitoma, and we want to request you that kindly bring back Right Honorable Tayebwa to Parliament.
Mzee Daudi Bangirana expressed his gratitude to God for bringing him and his family this far.
My father died at 35 years, and I was the firstborn in the family. So, a boy of 18 years, carrying the responsibility. My father had 3 wives, his brothers and whatnot, carrying all those people. I don't know how God did it. So that's why I have come to praise the Lord, for He has done great to me.
Uganda's first ever Olympic rower and two-time Olympian Kathleen Noble finished third in her repechage heat at the Veries Samaran Nautical Stadium. Take a look.
On a cool and sunny day in France, Uganda's rowing sensation Kathleen Noble has finished third in her repechage heat 3. For this repechage and a quarter-final slot at stake, Noble needed to finish among the top 2. Failure to do so means she drops out of the medal positions and into the semi-final E for a chance to better her 26th position at the last Olympics in Tokyo.
close. I knew she was a bit faster than me from the heat, but I was hoping that I could push her for longer. So we stayed together, like right here, all the way till halfway. And then after halfway, she just kind of like walked away from me and left me behind a bit. And I think I got a bit discouraged. So I think it wasn't my fastest race. I know it wasn't my fastest race. I don't think I could have beaten her even if I had gone as fast as I could have gone. So in that sense, I'm not too disappointed because it doesn't feel like, oh, if I had just tried harder, I could have done it. But also I feel I could have had a better race and I could have held her longer, maybe to 1500. So I think it's kind of motivating me for the rest of the event to try and really go out there and be more aggressive.
Kathleen will be in action again tomorrow, Monday, at 6 minutes after 11 a.m. East African time.
We are happy that we have started. We have the swimmers going in 2 days' time, I think on the 30th. And then we'll have a second one on the second swimmer. And then we get into athletics in the first week of August, all the way to the 11th.
At the Paris 2024 Olympics this year, Uganda is represented by 25 athletes, 21 of whom are runners that start arriving in the country tomorrow.
Thank you so much, John Barnes and Temo. Leaders in Acholi have committed to boosting cooperatives in the region to effectively utilize government-provided resources for economic transformation. This initiative follows the region's receipt of 3 tractors to support the ploughing of a new land for development, in addition to over 270 four-wheel and single-axle tractors distributed in the sub-counties of northern Uganda. The tractors were received during the National Ideology Course pass-out attended by Operation Wealth Creation Coordinator General Salim Saleh and the Gulu Logistic Hub, a customs point for imports and exports promotion.
First, given to me by the assembly on the other side, I pass you out as cadres for transformation, and I order you to put on your caps.
The coordinator for Operation Wealth Creation, General Salim Saleh, has passed out Acholi cadres who have successfully completed the National Ideology course aimed at enhancing their ability to participate in the development of their region. The cadres converged at the Gulu Logistics Hub, managed by the Uganda Revenue and Railway Authorities, where goods will be cleared for both imports and exports. The hub is a government initiative that will stimulate economic growth for the people of Acholi.
Whereby goods come in and are cleared here, and the other goods that are produced in Uganda are also exported through here. Because goods don't go through borders without documentation.
In the near future, other government agencies like UNBS will also be incorporated as a one-stop customs business center to encourage export promotion, including fresh foods packaging and grading to meet standards for the destined market.
We encourage the producers to produce for a wider market, knowing that there are nearby facilities whereby you can access transport.
So when is the railway coming?
The railway siding is already built, connecting from the station to the hub inside. But the major rehabilitation, which is from Tororo to Gulu, is ongoing. Is now about 20%.
As Ministry of ICT, we are working on the national backbone, and we are also putting up ICT hubs where people can go and search for markets online. Because these days, you don't need to travel to look for markets. You can get the markets online, and then you connect with the buyer even wherever you are.
The cadres were encouraged to popularize the facility, which aims to bring services nearer to the people. By August 2024, the center will be gazetted in the URA system, with officers deployed to support business.
These cadres are ready. They are now our first soldiers. They are ready to walk the talk. So their humble request and my humble request for them, facilitate them. Give them the tools of production. Give them the machines that will make them increase the accuracy in production.
The command of the 5th Infantry Division, Brigadier General Keith Katunji, called for harmonized operations among government agencies to collectively steer development. He also advocates for a bottom-up approach to development in northern Uganda.
we start planning from the top. Like you can see the hub, you see what is in every district, but now the farmer is not producing. If we could start down top approach, so that it is the demand of the harvest that is demanding for a store, the store is demanding for a silo, the silo is demanding for a hub. But even what these people harvest, the reason I want to address the informality and the formality, even what they harvest, Kenyans come from Kenya and buy from the garden. That means the stores, the silos, the logistics hub, that line may never get food because Rwanda comes and buys up to Kamwenge. Kenyans come and buy up to Bweyare here. Kenyans have stores in Bweyare and in Chiriandongo. So how, as government, we shall bridge between the informality of the farmers and the formality of the government is another challenge.
The Ministry of Agriculture provided 3 tractors to 3 constituencies in Agago district to help the people put redundant land to use, bringing about transformation in addition to efforts to promote mechanized agriculture.
For these leaders who have been trained so that they go and act as role models down there to teach our communities to work hard and come out of poverty.
The leaders have earmarked the formation of cooperative societies to utilize the resources being given to them.
We have still other districts are not yet got it. That means if this cooperative they are organized in Lamo, Kitgum or Gulu, yeah, they can get the tractor from Agago because it's our tractor at the moment, which they low for all these cadres, but it will be based in Agago. So this one transformation is not about talking now. Let's act. Let's work. It is good that General has supported it.
The Minister in charge of National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, presented the certificates to the participants. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News in Gulu City.
President Yoweri Museveni has contributed 10 heifers to various development groups in Boyikwe district to enhance their wealth creation initiatives. Under the State House Program Strategic Campaign on Alternative Sources of Income Generating Activities for Fishing Communities in Uganda, the high-quality heifers were delivered by Sylvia Nachwolo, the President's Assistant Private Secretary on Value Addition.
The President's Assistant Private Secretary on Value Addition, Nachwolo, has informed the beneficiaries that President Museveni aims to help fishing communities fight poverty by creating alternative income sources.
We are here at sea for the program that's called the Strategic Campaign for Alternative Income Generating Activities for the people in the fishing community. So this program is to ensure that people not only depend on fisheries as the only source of income, but other alternatives.
She emphasized that Boyikwe is a pilot district with plans to expand the program to other fishing communities.
Under this program, the Sky program, the State House is partnering with other stakeholders like NADS, Office of the Prime Minister, MAIF, Private Sector Foundation, Microfinance Support Center, Bukunja Foundation, and others to see that we change the lives of people in the fishing communities. People who thought that they can only depend on
the initiative of
predict the outcome of 10 football games and win big with tickets at only 500 shillings. Play for this Friday's draw to stand a chance to win big with Sports Take 10.
Buy your tickets at authorized shops on nationallottery.go.ug to download the app or simply dial *278#.
Ugandan National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Gold. We all want it. That soft yellow glow of a subdued sun in your hands. That precious polish of elegance. To hold it is one thing, but to taste it is everything else. Relish the satisfying taste of a beer, unmatched in quality, unmatched in consistency, and with 23 Global Gold Awards. A beer unmatched in gold.
Welcome back to UBC News Tonight. The Forum for Democratic Change has launched an electronic identification system for its members. This initiative, which began in Kampala, aims to keep pace with the ever-evolving digital world and facilitate easier database management for the party members. Take a look.
And friends, the books we use were called the blue books of the FDC. And now we are shifting from the paper to electronic.
The Forum for Democratic Change electronic identification system for its members was graced by the FDC Party Secretary Nandala Mafabi and the party president Patrick Amuriat.
We want you to all get as members of the party, the first party in this country to bring electronic registration.
Marata County Legislator Dennis Lee Oguzu and Soroti Municipality MP Hatan Okia Moses explained that the digital registration also demonstrates the strength of FDC, which many people had doubted due to divisions within the party.
Those who have been doubting Amuriat, today we are responding to you. See the answer. Those of you who saw to FDC was dead, today you look here and get the answer.
And the only way you can deliver a very credible register is by having a very credible register. And that process starts with what we are demonstrating here now.
The party members are also mobilizing the populace in the fight against corruption in the country.
First of all, we want to get angry and hungry of all the corrupt officials, right from grassroots up to top.
Why we're in Parliament asking for us to have a debate on the allegations being made about Parliament is for us to lead by example. It is time for action. We have spoken enough. Your future has been stolen and everybody must step up.
Next week, the FDC team will head to Gulu for the next launch. As he apologized to any offended party member, FDC Secretary General Nandala Mafabi called upon former members to return, asserting that the party is now stronger.
So as a party FDC, if there is anybody under the leadership of Paul and Nandala that we have wronged, we ask for forgiveness. Because for us, we have forgiven them already. We want to be united. You must come back to your party if you have left. If there's other members of other parties, we ask you to join us so that we can get power. And I can tell you that we know that if we forgive each other and work together, the power is in our hands.
Party President Patrick Amuriat says this is a historic moment for both FDC and Uganda's history. He encouraged more Ugandans to join the party.
This day today is going to enter the history of our party as a very important day, as a milestone in the efforts of the FDC to mobilize this country. Even if you do not have a political organization and you wish to join the FDC, the white on the hands here represent you and you are free to join the FDC. We are also a unique party because FDC embraces the whole of Uganda. It's not like NRM that confines you in a bus.
Joseph Fodama, UBC News.
In more stories, lungs are to man as trees are to the earth. And so the Lions Club of Uganda Governor Lion Katate Benon Tumshabe encourages all Ugandans to plant trees to provide green cover for the earth and support environmental conservation. Lion Katate was officiating a tree planting activity, a special board meeting, and the installation of the Leos Club by the Lions Club of Kampala Central held at Makerere University, Kampala. The meeting attracted Lions and Leos Club leaders from across Kampala, capital city.
To lead a good life, it is essential that fresh air generated by a leafy green environment is maintained, which is why maintaining a clean environment through planting trees is vital. Lions Club's International Governor District 411B, Leon Katate Benant Mushabe and his gracious lady, Jenny Katate, officiated a tree planting activity by the Leos and Lions Club Kampala Central at Makerere University, Kampala Leisure Park.
Course is in our docket. You can see the trees around, the ambience, you can start to feel it already. Yes, sure.
The president of the Lions Club of Kampala Central, Leon Imelda Twanjaire, and snake club leaders of the Lions Clubs of Uganda will come to Governor District for 11B during the tree planting activity, a special board meeting, and the installation of new Leos leaders at Makerere University.
We keep this leisure park in conjunction with the Leos of Makerere. This land was given to us by Makerere University with a purpose to create a leisure park where the Makerere community can sit, relax, enjoy the shade, breathe good air, and generally have a good environment for their reading. Trees are very important to man as he is important to them. If you keep the environment, take good care of it, it will take good care of you.
Leon Katate appealed to all Ugandans to plant trees to maintain a lush green environment for a better atmosphere and quality of life.
Ugandans, please rise up and protect your environment. We have very many problems. Environmental degradation is going to be the final nail in our coffin if we don't act now. Plant trees, save swamps.
Leon Katate also asked Ugandans to adopt a spirit of service to the less privileged by associating with the Lions Clubs near them. There are 54 Lions Clubs with over 2,000 Leos and Lions in Uganda and 1.3 million in over 200 countries globally.
It is said that trees are lungs of the world, and indeed this is true. Trees give out oxygen, which we breathe in and survive. They also give shade to human beings. They also create rain for us. They also protect the soil on which we are. So trees are very, very important, and it's a concern to us that environmental degradation is going unchecked, and we are giving a humble contribution in this area.
The tree planting activity by the Lions Club of Kampala Central at Makerere Lions Park attracted Leos from Kitabi Secondary School and Makerere University campus, Kampala.
So we, as the current generation, we need also to leave a mark in this world by doing our part. Just go ahead and plant a tree, whether it is at home, whether it is by roadside, whether it is by NFA gazetted areas, to ensure that we do our part so that our future generations shouldn't blame us. It is very, very important, and it is why Lions is all over the world.
Katate later officiated the installation of the new Leos leaders and also offered label beans and certificates to the new board of the Lions Club of Kampala Central. Crispus Arinitwe, Vincent Wamundo, UBC News.
The ongoing development of road infrastructure in Kumi municipality emphasizes the importance of responsible usage and cleanliness. I beg your pardon. Road users must familiarize themselves with road signs to reduce accidents, and residents, of course, should maintain clean environments. These messages were conveyed by the Lions Club of Kumi during a cleaning exercise on the municipal roads and markets. Okurut reports.
If all goes well, the face of Kumi municipality will change for the better in the next few months. The ongoing road works necessitate the need to have them properly used to avoid road accidents. This message has been given to both students and municipal dwellers.
You may be looking after cattle or goats along the road or in the municipality, and you end up pushing the cows or the goats, the animals you're looking after, into the road, and they can cause accidents. This can actually terminate another person's life or lead to poverty. So we must be conscious of how we use the road or the roads, or we must also be conscious on how we use what we use for moving. So let's be very, very careful when we are using our roads. Not only Kumi, most of us go very far, take passengers to Soroti, to where. It is the same road signs you will find there. It is the same road designs you will find there. Please follow, comply, please.
To join in the call is former woman member of Parliament Kumi District and ex-Minister Teso Affairs, Christine Amongin Aporu.
Let us go out there and work and know the benefits of serving.
This is what she said before flagging off students and other members of Lions Club of Kumi to a municipal cleaning exercise.
I flag you off to go and carry out the activity.
Armed with gloves, they combed all the streets, including newly constructed roads and markets. They collected all plastics besides other waste.
I have seen a need in my community with a lot of polythene papers and the other rubbish that needs to be removed.
Our motto as Leo members is we serve. So I'm here to serve our community, not in anything but cleaning our environment because I see it is wanting.
I'm seeing the town is very dirty. Most of our friends spoil the town.
Municipal dwellers welcomed the initiative.
And I'm so glad and appreciate the doctors and the teachers for their work, for the great job they have done today.
We started by sensitizing and telling them the need for us to keep in a clean environment. And we are encouraging every shop, every business to have a dustbin.
We are not seeing that where is our money going. We are paying the tax, but they are not cleaning the areas that we are working in.
The health awareness exercise ended with a blood donation drive at Kumi municipal offices.
When you're in a clean environment, your health will be good. And we have opted to do this with the community just to sensitize them. There are things which we do as individuals, doesn't need any money, but you take your own initiative to clean up where you stay.
Health experts called for discipline in the fight against non-communicable diseases.
People are dying of hypertension that they do not know. And when they die suddenly, either from stroke or heart attacks, some people begin to allege it's the COVID vaccine, they have been bewitched, they have been poisoned. That's not it.
Even if you have not suffered diabetes, sugar can be used, it can be in a process that clogs your blood vessels eventually.
These are the reasons why free screening of diabetes was made part of the exercise. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Thank you so much, Henry Okrut, for the update. In an effort to address the leadership crisis in Africa, Professor Waswa Balunywa, founder of the Balunywa Foundation, advocates for leadership training programs. He believes that these programs offered at established academy centers like his own can engage young people in critical thinking and decision-making. These programs aim to develop culturally responsive leaders equipped with the necessary knowledge and skills. Ivan Tukundane had an exclusive interview with the professor and filed a report.
Since 1983, Professor Waswa Balunywa has been involved in university education. He realized that young graduates often lack leadership and management skills. To address this, he introduced new leadership programs focused on governance and leadership at both bachelor's and master's level. His goal was to empower young people with skills that were denied to Africans before independence.
I realized then that one of the key things that was missing in the country was stand of leadership. So while I was at MUBS, I introduced a degree in leadership and governance, an undergraduate degree, and I also introduced a master's degree. And the essence here was to train young people and others, because I realized that when the NRM came to power, they opened up the political space. So if you notice that business is a very recent subject in Uganda, and leadership is very, very recent. So realizing that there was a gap between what we require to have in the country and what there was, I thought starting those programs would be.
The biggest challenge in training young people Professor Barunywa notes is their initial lack of readiness for the training. Additionally, they often mix in party politics during sessions, which compromises their learning at the initial stages. Despite these challenges, Professor Barunywa believes that leadership training has helped create individuals who are more alert and aware of their actions. This awareness helps them avoid poor decision-making scenarios.
I thought that's important for me to spend time with the young people and really tell them what leadership is, so that they can be, when they go out into the field, they can make a mark. So an effective leader, a leader who, I don't want to use the word good or bad, because Hitler was a very effective leader, but he caused the death of 6 million people. So the idea, the objective was bad, but the fact that he was able to influence people to do something effective.
Barunywa is optimistic about the future of the Leadership Training Academy. He projects a bright future for Ugandans who embrace these training programs, promising better leaders for the country. Ivan Tukundane, UBC News.
To be strong, but in. Welcome back from that. Now, Fort Porto was named after the British consul, General of Zanzibar Sir Gerald Porto and Captain Lugat, who constructed a fortress, Fort Gary, between 1891 and 1893, which still stand at the city's present-day Toro Golf Club, located in Boma, Fort Porto City. In our tonight's special focus, we look at the transition from Fort Porto Municipality to Fort Porto Tourism City and what were the considerations for its naming as a tourism city.
The fort was constructed to protect Toro's king, Omukama Kasagama, from King Kabalego Bunyoro and his persistent guerrilla raids.
So that fort around the Toro Golf Club right now was built for security purposes. So whoever wanted to invade Kasagama, who was hiding with the British by then that time, would be ambushed from around the fort. You could not reach the house, which now houses the Toro Club golfers. So the fort in general came up as a place for security purposes.
Today the fortress is one of the outstanding tourist attractions in Fort Porto City.
The British, in fact, brought back Kasagama here and put him here on the kingdom. And Kasagama was so friendly to the British.
George Kituko is a golfer who lived at the fort for over 40 years. He narrates how the fort gave birth to golf game as locals imitated the games of the British, hence the strong Toro Golf Club today.
Some were cricket players who used to play from Boma Ground, which is now a football ground near Pavilion. Some used to go for rugby, and a few who were gifted to stay near the British would stay along Toro Club playing golf. And after that, when the British went, those old people we imitated took up the game of golf. And ever since then, we came under their foot or through their work. And right now, where you find Toro Club as a golfing community, where it stands, that's how we all came there.
Along Badia Road in Fort Porto City stands a tall monument of Sir Gerald Porto for his forever remembered contribution to the name Fort Porto.
He guarded Kasagama until Uganda and British agreed and made agreements with the kingdoms. You remember the 1900 agreements.
Fort Porto's attainment of the regional tourism city status was based on its significant natural endowments surrounding the city.
Even when all the other places are burning with heat, usually in Fort Porto it's cool, it's beautiful, it's green full time, and that's one of the things that really stand out for us as a city. But also we are surrounded by nature. We are surrounded by natural resources that are not in any other place.
These include the 52 crater lakes, the Amabiriganyina Mwiri Caves, River Mpanga that flows through the city center, the cool weather of the city, Toro culture, festivals and hospitality, among others.
We are at Ekigere kya Nyinamwiru, which literally means the foot of Nyinamwiru. Nyinamwiru used to be a princess of the Batembuzi dynasty that ruled in this area and then just vanished. And it is the mythology is that she walked through here, Nyinamwiru, and left this footprint here. It's a size 7 shoe. And I can go like that, and then I can put my toe, my toes, and my toe is very big, you know, so.
These attract tourists, both within and abroad, to share on the city's natural beauty.
Lake Kigere, one of the crater lakes in this region, and this crater lake is named after Kigere. Literally means foot, so it is shaped as a foot. If you see it from above, it's shaped like a foot. But there are special qualities about this lake. The first one is the quality of the water. The water has been tested, and we do have a certificate that proves that one of the cleanest waters in this area.
The Toro culture stands out as another unique attraction, giving rise to cultural tourism in the city.
When we train the young generation to know their culture, their norms, their values, their practices, that's a very good thing, because they will also teach their children of tomorrow.
The spectacular Karuzika Palace, a home for the reigning king of Toro Onyimba Kabamba Iguru Kidi IV, remains a significant attraction of the city.
There are people who come to Fort Portal or to Toro just to see what the culture here has in. We have Mpako, we have festivals like Mpako Force Festival, Mpango Festival, and all these other festivals that come with culture. But we also have one of the youngest kings.
Mpako identifies us as Mtoro. We have a number of them. They are 12, and there are those which are meant for men only, and those which they share, both male and female.
Karambi Royal Tombs, which are the burial grounds for the kings, cannot go unmentioned for its contribution to the tourism sector.
In Karambi Tombs, that is where so far our 3 kings are lying. So it is very, very important, and we safeguard it jealously, because other kings were buried in Bunyangabu and Kienjojo.
Talking of historical buildings like Toro Kingdom Hall or Kuratorobu Kama wa Toro, the St. John's Cathedral Church, the old schools like Chabambe Girls, Nyakasura, Mpanga SS, Kabara Hospital, these give a feel of the past that still exists today.
It gives again a geographical setup of how things used to be before the escalation of development.
The first people to become Christians were the royal family in the palace.
Other attractions within a regional tourism destination is the spectacular Rwenzori Mountains, the Chibari National Park, the Sempaya Hot Springs, which attract more tourists. The tourism comes with benefits contributing to the country's economy, both directly and indirectly.
We have tourism, they have a big share in it. Many of them have lodges, some are guides, some are provide supplies to the lodges. All those ones, the benefits that occur from tourism.
Fort Portal City and all its stakeholders are working tooth and nail to ensure that God-given tourism features are jealously protected.
We have enough enforcement officer and have already deployed them, going on ground, educating those people. If they educate you and you don't listen, then they have to enforce to say that those rivers are being protected.
Professor Edward Rugumayo, chairperson Toro Elders Forum, however calls for documentation of these God-given endowments for generations to come.
We need to budget each district or each region, put money aside to begin to preserve through documentation, through, with these gadgets now you can do a lot of things with modern technology.
Fort Portal was earmarked a regional tourism city in 2020 following a thorough assessment by the Urban Development Authority through the Ministry of Local Government. Crispus Arinitwe, Kabahenda Bridget, UBC News.
From the sports desk, the Rotary Club of Kampala Lifestars, in collaboration with the Rotary Club of Nakasero Central and Kampala Sunshine, has launched the 2024 Cancer Run. Take a look.
Losing one of his best friends to cancer was one of the worst experiences for Stephen Mwanje, a renowned Rotarian and past governor of District 9213. After his friend's death, Mwanje was motivated to contribute to the fight against cancer and its treatment. He began mobilizing corporate companies to donate towards the construction of a physiotherapy center at Nsambya Hospital.
I told them, you are here as corporate leaders, champions of business in this country. I'm aware that you have got very big corporate social responsibility budgets. But I'm also aware that you have a big challenge of finding partners to work with. Simply because the partners you're working with at the moment are asking for this and that allowance. And I said, here we are, Rotarians, who, if you worked with and you put $100 forward to a project, the community will actually get $150. Because Rotarians don't charge anything. On the contrary, Rotarians pay to serve.
Corporate companies continue to support the cancer cause through the annual Cancer Run. The Rotary Club of Kampala Lifestars, in collaboration with the Rotary Clubs of Nakasero Central and Kampala Sunshine, has organized the 2024 Cancer Run, scheduled for 25th August 2024.
Corridor coordinator of all Gaba Road corridor clubs from Zambia to Gaba. There are so many. How many clubs are in your corridor? 15 right now. 15 clubs in our corridor.
The Cancer Run is part of Uganda's broader cancer program, which aims to improve access to cancer screening and treatment.
That's all we had for you. Do join me again at 10 p.m. for more news coming your way. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Mugalu Mohammed on Sign Language.